Hey guys, we got a whole box full of 1950s baseball uniforms we're about to show you. We picked these up a couple of days ago, and we bought them on a hunch. I wasn't sure if they were real at first. I'm going to tell you why in a second. But I think they're real now. I'm still not 100% sure, but I think they're real. So let's take a look. All right, guys, so like I said, 1950s uniforms. Let's go through them. First, this one is awesome. And like as time was going on, I was looking at more stuff. It's a little bit holey, has some holes in it and stuff like this. Look at the little, so your armpits can breathe. But these are Dodgers, 1958, number 3. So here's one of the reasons why I wasn't sure if they were authentic or not. Rawlings, and it says Hall of Fame flannel. Here's my thinking. How can it say Hall of Fame if you haven't played yet, right? So I'm thinking a Hall of Fame would be like a Mitchell and Ness reissue or something like this. But as it turns out, in the 1950s, Rawlings called this product that they sold to major league teams the Hall of Fame flannel. So it is authentic. Also, you can check down here if you find these. So I learned all this as I was going. Here's a wash tag. Lukewarm wash, set 1, 1958. This is the first year the Brooklyn Dodgers ended up being in LA. So these are actually the LA Dodgers. But they still had the same uniform, the same white uniform as they did in Brooklyn, only for 1 year. The gray, they switched already over. And here's the number. I mean, I can tell by these patches that it's old, but I just wasn't sure on the shirt. Has little holes in it. So the guy I bought it from, he's also a storage buyer. And he thought that all these belonged to the same guy. And it all belonged to the same guy. He thought he played for several teams. Wasn't obviously like a superstar or anything like this, but he couldn't remember the name. He bought this also years ago, and it's just been sitting. I paid a lot for these. I mean, I didn't steal them. But, like, he tried to sell them. People never wanted to pay him anything. So he showed them to me, and he gave me a number. And it's kind of like we were both thinking it the same way. So I just bought them. Here's the pants for the Dodgers. Look, he got some damage. He sewed it up. That's kind of cool. Same thing. Rawlings Hall of Fame, 32. And it says, you can see it says set 1, 1958. The wash tag.
And look, there's ventilation in the crotch. That's interesting.
Yeah. Nothing like sweaty meatballs when you're trying to play baseball.
Oh my god.
Like meatballs, like Italian food. You don't want to, like you playing baseball, you don't want to eat it's spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm talking about?
No, I agree with you.
Thank you. So these are the pants for the Dodgers uniform. I don't know, kids these days. Now these are... What did Mark say these are called? Stirrups?
Stirrups.
Stirrups, yeah.
I don't think you should touch those that much.
So look how old they are. You can tell the age right here. So these are the stirrups. I got a picture somewhere. If I find it, I'll put it in a video. But I looked up 1958, and that's what they were. You know, pants, shirt, and have the stirrups on, and obviously your shoes. And I found the exact same uniform from a Hall of Fame player that sold for like 30 grand, obviously Hall of Fame player. And I matched up stuff, the way the buttons look, the way the tags look. That's how I found out about the wash tags and stuff like this. Basically, see, people always ask me, like, how do you know this stuff or how do you know some stuff? And some people say I'm completely wrong. But I basically just spent hours and hours and hours of researching. So, and I try to figure out as good as I can. So if you guys have better information, let me know. I always want to know. Now, this is really cool. So, this is a Dodgers jacket, 1950s. This style right here, you see a bunch of different 50s on the pockets is all the same, the inlay. But what's different about this one, which I couldn't find on anything else, and this is made by, so also I found a company, Skinner 8217. But I've never seen one, so a lot of times they'll say rookies right here.
That's interesting how the pockets are sewn sideways.
Yeah, cool, huh?
Yeah.
But look, this says Dodgers and rookies in the back. So most of the ones I found, it said Dodgers, and then rookies on the front or the side, and then some of them would have the players' numbers. So I wonder, whenever this jacket was out, if he was a rookie with the Dodgers. Just to tell you, I put this on my Instagram, and I got all kinds of people trying to DM me. I want to buy it. 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 Okay, I'm gonna show 2 more jackets. Then we're gonna go to another uniform. The last uniform is my favorite. The Dodgers is probably the most valuable. So here, this is East College 59 baseball. I don't know what this is. I mean, you can just tell by the buttons, the style, a little bit extra long. And it's a registered Letterman award. That's the brand. So I don't know. Coast College. That's Coast College. Coast College baseball 59. I don't know if that's the year 59 or if that's some sort of team. I think it's a team because I think I quick Googled this. So that's a jacket, but again, 1950s. There's one more jacket here. And this one says LA State, which I'm assuming would be Louisiana, right?
Not Los Angeles?
Los Angeles State?
I don't know.
Louisiana.
Well,
hey, let us know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Los Angeles or Louisiana?
Is there any other state with an L? Or is it Louisiana?
Well, Louisiana.
that's it.
And that's the only state. I think that's the only state with now. I can't think of any other state with now.
If you go back in the video, on the first shirt that he said, oh yeah, it was the Dodgers in Brooklyn. And I was like, I thought the Dodgers played in Los Angeles.
Wait till you see the next uniform.
Oh gosh. It's confusing me because I'm like, I think they played in Los Angeles. No.
Well, I think they started in Brooklyn. I think that was the first
Where's
city.
Brooklyn again?
New York.
New York, okay.
So it's like Brooklyn is inside
I
New
knew.
York.
This is just,
She was
Chicago
testing him.
and San Francisco and Sacramento.
So Jackie Robinson played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, and I think then they went to LA.
And who does this belong to? Or
Who the play is?
Yeah.
I have to do more research. We don't know
Number
yet.
3.
Number 3 Dodgers one.
She was number 3 Dodgers, most likely 1958, which I found some players, but I don't know if it matches up with the next uniform that we have in these jackets. It also could be that these just were a storage unit of somebody that was really collecting baseball memorabilia, and he happened to have those uniforms. I mean, these uniforms are very hard to find.
Yeah.
You're not going to find many 1958 uniforms laying around, So,
Here and there,
yeah. Any more questions I can answer you? Because you have some valid questions.
Just don't confuse me anymore. Have the facts straight, please.
The facts are straight. You just need to educate yourself more than 6 years. So Brooklyn, Dodgers were in Brooklyn, now they're in LA.
I'll let you continue your stuff.
Thank you. And then we got LA, so which is Louisiana. Again, it's a Letterman jacket inside. Somebody had a little armpit sweat going. And I don't think it says anything in the back. This is probably the least of all the jackets. But still, I mean, these jackets, still cool. Piece of history. Not that exciting. So now, let's go to the next uniform. I love the logo on this. And so I researched this a week ago. We've been so busy with stuff. We bought this a week ago. I'm pretty sure this is Boston. Your Boston Braves. Wow, this is with zipper. Interesting.
Wow, with the zipper.
Head.
How old is that zipper?
It's old. And also look how long the uniform is.
Is there any date or a number? Sorry. That's really long.
So this is Braves. You guys know them now as Atlanta Braves. But the Braves actually played 1 year in Boston, and they also played in Milwaukee, if my memory is right. And then this uniform was made by Horace of something. But you see Boston Athletics. He only made uniforms for Boston for like 3 years, I believe.
Oh, it's dry cleaning.
I don't know what that is, 66 or 2, but look how old the stable is. I don't want to pull it out.
Oh, yeah.
Just left it in there.
Really old stuff.
And I don't think I ever checked if this one had laundry tags. Let's see.
No, but it has the ventilation again.
So you got to really look for tags because they hide them back then. And sometimes they just rip them out. It has the ventilation. So I looked up this. I think Boston Braves were only around from like 59 to 62 or so. Don't quote me on the years. It was just a rough period. Like I said, we're just making this video for you guys. It's I don't see a laundry. We're just making this video for you guys' memory. Obviously, we're going to do a lot more research. The number. Another really cool piece.
It's so crazy that it has the little holes in it.
Well, yeah. Remember, feel how heavy that is.
Yeah, it feels like it's
uncomfy.
wool.
It's not a nice material. It's scratchy.
Yeah, now imagine it's like 1958. It's super hot. Air conditioning is a lot less, and you go playing 110 degrees to Anaheim Angels, which probably haven't been around back then. But
There's no air conditioning in baseball. Come on.
Yeah, so you're just dying in there.
The material reminds me of what like an object would like represent a scratchy throat, if that makes sense.
So in the back of that shirt, it said number 8, right?
Yes.
So this is what's thrown me off when I'm thinking maybe... Oh, you know what? This is actually a different company right here. Oh, no, it's the same. It's Brian also, James W. Prime. So this number right here... Oh, I see 2 numbers. This is funny. Okay. So see, you gotta pay attention. So I just noticed right here in marker, it's written number 12. But it's sewn in number 6. And that's the James Bryan Company. Also out of Boston. And these are pens. You got your air conditioning again. Let's see if there's any laundry tags. There's a tag right here. 6602. I don't know. Maybe that's, I don't think that's season 66. That would be too late. Any more? I don't see any text. Oh, look here, another rip they fixed.
There's one on the back as well. There's stitching right here, and if you turn it around on the back.
Oh yeah, so rip.
On the
so,
bum. There's another.
Oh yeah, so there's all kinds of. So back then.
Oh, maybe this is. Oh.
Oh, right here it says some. Oh no, it's just stitching. So back then, so they used this stuff, and it's not like major leagues now. Like a lot of these guys did really. I mean, I was reading stories how some Hall of Famers and stuff, you know, they played Hall of Fame baseball, and then after they were done with that, they had a 20-year career at FedEx because they never really made any money. You know, so it's different back then. But again, so these should be the pens for the Braves, most likely Boston Braves. If you guys have any kind of input and stuff like this, let us know. Make sure to like, subscribe, and send us love letters via our comment sections.